Here is the entire cast and crew at the soundstage and office of Northern Exposure in Redmond, Washington. Ruth, the general store proprietor, isn't in this shot, but she is the next one. She left us in, there she is. She left us in 2002. She was 84 and didn't start acting till she was 61. Here is picturesque downtown Roslyn, where the cast spent half of their time. And this, for the show, was Rosalind's Cafe. A lady named Rosalind supposedly owned it, but it's actually the Roslyn Cafe in Roslyn. The art department turned it into Rosalind's Cafe by gluing an apostrophe and an S to the building to match the original paint job on the brick. And here's Dr. Fleischman's office, just an empty building on the main drag in Roslyn. And they shot all the interior doctor office sequences in this building. Not much set designing here. They weren't working in Roslyn this week. 21 years ago. In one of the episodes, they used the interior of this church for a wedding scene, and they used music from Enya in the sequence. There's a real store in Roslyn welcoming back the cast and crew. All right, this is the real Brick Saloon on the left. All the interior shots at the Brick were done at the permanent set on the stage in Redmond, but they showed cast members walking in and out in Roslyn. And here's the inside of the real Brick in Roslyn. Real people, real bar. I think I had shaky cam going that day. There's the obligatory Boonies Moosehead. As we walk out, right across the street there, kitty corner, is the shopping area that houses K-Bear, the radio station. All the interior radio station scenes were done here in this building. And another Moosehead. I guess they're very popular. What is it? Sicily, Alaska? I've worked for radio stations that didn't look this good. I was just peeking in the windows here because they were off. They were working in Redmond this week, and the doors were locked. The TV station that carried the show in Portland did a piece on the fact that I was an extra on the show, because I did mornings, and it was good for both the radio station and the show and the TV station.
You might not recognize the face, but you've heard the voice.
Oak Boys at KUPL, and no matter how high, it's 10 after 8, 8:10.
An old friend of mine, Jonathan Green, had already done an extra bit on The Cosby Show. John and I started at the same time, about 1968 at WTMJ in Milwaukee. So rather than say I just wanted to be on the show because I liked it, I told him it was kind of a friendly rivalry between radio guys.
I said, well, we got this thing going with John Green. He called us up and was bragging that he was an extra on The Cosby Show. So I thought, boy, this would be perfect. Let's try to get on Northern Exposure. I mean, it's right up the road.
After actually getting on the show, Dahlgren couldn't resist teasing his friend on the air.
Well, I could change careers. I could make a fast $50 a day doing that.
$50 a day?
Yeah, well, it's...
Now, wait a second. Maybe I'd be interested.
Okay, here's my little part. The cast did it 3 times for 3 different camera angles. The color scene lasts almost 2.5 minutes, and the principals and the moving extras in the background did all 3 takes perfectly every time. 2.5 minutes, no mistakes, 3 times.
Okay.
Fleischman?
What? You're wearing mascara.
So?
You never wear makeup.
So, today I am. What?
Eyeshadow.
Fleischman, what's the big deal?
Why today?
I don't know. Look, Fleischman, I'm a grown woman. I don't have to give you or anyone else a reason why I decided to wear makeup.
Why today?
I don't know. I guess I just felt the need to feel pretty.
Chris.
Chris?
You're attracted to Chris like every other woman in town.
Fleischman, you don't understand anything that's not in a book. Not makeup, not men, not me. You haven't a clue. Let me just say that I have more important things on my mind than carnal erotic pleasures. I do. Now, granted, Chris might be a stud, but I am not some cow in heat waiting to get poked by the lankiest bull in the pasture.
Touchy.
Hi, Dr. Fleischman.
Shelley?
Did Holling talk to you?
Yeah.
And?
Maurice, too.
Oh.
We have two radically different stories here showing. Maurice says Holling seduced you. Holling claims he successfully resisted his desires. What's your recollection?
My record collection?
First time you came into this place, what happened?
Well, let me think. We've been driving all day. And Maurice's muffler had a hole in it, so the engine was really loud. It sounded kind of cool, it being in V8 and all, but still, it gave me a huge headache. Maurice introduced me to Holling, but I wasn't paying too much attention. All I could think about was getting an aspirin. The bottle had one of those safety caps, and I'd broken a nail packing my suitcase, and I couldn't get it off. Maurice and Holling didn't notice. They were too busy catching up. Luckily, Dave was standing nearby.
Dave opened the bottle. You know, this reminds me of the story of the 6 blind men who try to figure out what an elephant is by touch. The one at the trunk thinks it's a rope. The one at the tusk thinks it's a horn. I mean, nobody knows the whole truth.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, what animal was the elephant anyway?
The guy sitting to my right was a real estate guy who lives somewhere up there, and the woman who replaced him and sat down later was the set decorator. And you might have noticed the Native American guy sitting to Fleischman's left. He has been in all kinds of movies. Okay, that's all. A little nostalgia. If you can find anywhere that series is playing, I wish you'd let me know. I can't find it anywhere.